beloved pastors' wives are now dressing in ways that are hard to believe. Recently, I came across a video on TikTok where a lady posted with the caption, "I overheard someone in church say my outfit is inappropriate." In the video, she is pridefully showing how she dressed. The comment section had mixed reactions. Some people supported her, taking advantage of the "come as you are" verse in the Bible, which received many likes. They argue that you should not judge others, saying things like, "As long as you show up for God, you are perfect, and no one should have room to judge in the house of God." But let's be honest, this was not a church appropriate attire. Why would anyone wear something so revealing to church? Other people in the comments pointed out that her outfit was wrong for church. One comment said, "God said, come as you are to him, not be half at church. Come as you mean come to him to seek him spiritually." And another added, "Y'all, he means come as you are spiritually, not half." What's wrong with y'all? Why would you wear skin-tight clothes to church? There are lots of comments on the video, and it makes me wonder why people love to use "come as you are" to cover up inappropriateness, especially in church. The exact phrase "come as you are" isn't in the Bible, but the Bible has plenty of verses that convey this message. The phrase "come as you are" is often used to emphasize that God welcomes everyone, no matter their current state. This concept is rooted in verses like Matthew 11, verses 28 to 30, where Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." This invitation is about the state of our hearts and our need for God, not an excuse to dress inappropriately. It's about coming to God with a humble and repentant spirit, ready to be transformed by his love and grace. But we often see people twisting this concept to justify their lifestyle or way of dressing, which typically would not be considered appropriate for church. In today's world, worldly fashion has infiltrated the church. Many church members are now competing with each other to dress in a way that mirrors secular trends. This shift has led to an increase in outfits that prioritize style over modesty, making it difficult to distinguish between church attire and what is worn in more casual, secular settings. This trend not only undermines the sanctity of our worship spaces, but also sends mixed messages about our values and priorities as Christians.
I don't think we realize the power of fashion. Someone has a skinny jeans comes into the church. We look in the world and we see an athlete with a mohawk, the mohawk comes into the church. Somebody in Hollywood wears a short skirts come into the church. A few years ago, I decided to pray before dressing. I literally asked God, what tie should I wear? What suit? Well, I'm very serious. I said, Father, and I hold several ties. And I asked God, I said, Father, tell me the image of God.
It was reported here how a pastor defended his wife's revealing outfit. The pastor dismissed the criticism, saying he saw nothing inappropriate about her attire. He stated, "As her husband, I felt the need to defend her from all the naysayers. I was with my wife when she put on that dress, and it was not for the first time that she had worn a dress like that. If I had a problem with the dress, I would have asked her not to wear it." Who are these people to tell my wife what to wear and not to wear? This situation is troubling because it makes me wonder how the congregation will perceive appropriate church attire if the first lady dresses this way and the pastor openly supports it. When leaders of the church, especially those in prominent positions, do not uphold standards of modesty, it sends a confusion to believers.
Church used to be a hospital for crippled souls, but it's becoming now a museum for frozen saints. It used to be a clinic for wounded spirits, but we are turning it into a theater of performing arts. Because a whole lot of stuff that passes for church is just smoke and mirrors, sounding brass, tinkling cymbals, and church don't sound like church used to sound. I need somebody here who was raised in the church like I was raised. Who can remember when you were chewing gum and the usher would take her program and go tap you on the back and say, put that gum right here. I wish I had somebody to help me here. I don't know if we have Americanized the gospel or spiritualized the American dream. I haven't figured it out yet. Have we Americanized, Europeanized the gospel or spiritualized the American dream to the degree that church no longer sounds like church used to sound? Our music is just R&B with Jesus sprinkled in every now and then. It's starting to sound like that mess I heard on 97.9 when this rapper had a song that I ain't worried about nothing. 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 And I want to pull my car over and say, what are you not worried about, you ignorant? But in many of our churches, the music has that same hip-hop beat with Jesus thrown in every now and then. And the reason you got to sing it 30 minutes is because it has no theology in it. What's wrong with what a fellowship? What a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What's wrong with blessed assurance? Jesus is mine. Young folk are calling that old school, but that's not old school. That's the music that brought us to where we are right now. And there's a sound that the church ought to still have, because God's been good to us. We are where we are. We have what we have because it was nobody but Jesus.
You will agree with the preacher that indeed there used to be a distinct church sound in specific types of songs that resonated with the congregation. Today, however, worldly styles of music have woven themselves into what used to be Christian music. We now have genres like Christian rap, Christian trap, Christian hip hop, and Christian pop, which often mirror secular music in style and beat. When we allow worldliness to seep into our faith, we risk becoming lukewarm. A lukewarm Christian is one who goes through the motions of faith without genuine passion or commitment. Such a state is dangerous because it can lead to spiritual stagnation and eventual separation from God.